Are you the kind of person who would carry empty bottles of alcohol in bags out to the trash late at night so other people don't see you, or hopefully don't see you? This is something that I've seen many times. I want to talk about it in today's video. If you're the kind of person who would do that, I want to help to break you out of your rut. I want to help to make you a better individual, a stronger and more mature individual. And if that's not you, if you think you would never do that, I still want you to stick with me on this video and use this information I'm going to share with you and these examples I'm going to share with you as a cautionary tale, because the ways of dependencies on external substances that are going to derail our lives and not help us truly process through pain, well, that's something that could happen to any of us. We shouldn't take our current lives for granted, even if things are going pretty well. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you some negative examples from individuals in my life who I have observed. I'm going to share with you some positive examples from individuals in my life that I have observed. And I'm going to conclude with some general principles on solutions that we can try to implement. My channel is already full of practical tips and tactics that you can try. I'm not going to get into those really in today's video. Okay, so first of all, a simple guideline for how to become a mature individual, or how to judge if you are on that path or have become a mature individual. You would not be the kind of person that other people have to worry about in the back of their mind. You're not the kind of person that other people have to feel like they have to check in on and see, is he okay? Is he going to be doing something stupid tonight because of what happened? Okay, if you're that type of individual who's getting older and older, and other people have to be concerned about you or worried and feel that they have to give you a call or come to find you, that means you're still not there yet. You've got some work to do ahead of you. You're not a fully mature individual yet. You're a liability to people around you more than you are an asset to people around you. That's okay. We are all on our journeys. I'm not judging you, but I want to help you with the strength that I've developed to become an asset in your life, first to yourself and then to other people around you. I want to turn you into a pillar. I want to turn you into a beacon so you can help to lead and serve your communities. So I've got some ideas for you in today's video, and I want to start off by saying to you that I wish someone had taught me earlier in my life how subtle and secretive and nefarious the ways of external dependency can be to individuals as we are getting older and as we seek to mature. Older individuals that I've met in my life, the more I've gotten to know them and the more keenly I've developed my powers of observations, the more I've realized how secretive and how subtle these problems can be, and yet how powerfully they can derail somebody's life and just totally ruin their lives and possibly damage other people's lives around them. So let's not think that these problems are so simple and easy to manage. They may seem so simple and not so serious a thing, like drinking on Friday night or Saturday night or whatever, or smoking or doing a little bit of drugs or binge watching those TV shows, but it all adds up, and it can truly mess up your life forever. It could ruin a relationship that you regret forever. So I don't want this to happen to you. I want to shine a light on these issues that so often lurk in the shadows and help us to avoid our pain rather than understand and transform our pain into a more positive life. Okay, let's talk about some negative examples at first. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you real examples from people that I know, but of course I'm not going to be using their names. And I think you're going to be able to see how many people you know struggle with similar type issues. So we don't need to name names. These are very common problems that a lot of people face. But rest assured, these are concrete examples that I've taken note of in my actual daily life. So first of all, let's talk about some of the things that are going wrong for people and what exactly is going wrong. And I want to talk specifically about dependencies on external substances. Okay, I've mentioned that already, and mostly I want to talk about drinking. Okay, now it might not exactly apply to you because you might not be into drinking, but let's extend this to any external substances you might partake of in order to avoid your pain and not deal with your pain. It could be smoking, it could be doing drugs, it could be watching a bunch of television or playing a bunch of video games or scrolling through mindless content or whatever. It's a form of escapism, and it only serves to make things worse. Okay, so the first individual I want to share about, he's had some problems in his personal life with his family, with people very close to him, and it's very painful to him. And I've seen him, I've known him as a man who would often drink. And from time to time I would see him taking out bags of empty alcohol bottles or empty beer cans out to the trash late at night, and I can kind of see that he's trying to hide it when he encounters other people on the road. He doesn't really want other people to know that he's doing that. And at the same time, I know this pain is causing him to sabotage his relationships with other people who actually want to be his friends and are actually treating him kindly in his life. He's jeopardizing the good relationships that he does have. And another example, I know a man who, well, he also has pain in his life. He has trauma left over from past relationships that didn't go well. He's experienced some breakups and some heartbreak. And one thing he would tend to do is stay up all night drinking, perhaps with a bottle of wine, okay, and spend a lot of time surfing the web, chit-chatting with other people, sometimes about politics, which get him in a more angry and negative and confrontational state of mind. And doing this, he might refer to as maybe a guilty pleasure, or say something like every man has his vice, and try to pass it off as something that's actually helping him when it's actually making things worse. Getting a bunch of beer cans or a bottle of wine on a Friday night and Saturday night and spending hours absorbing the content that's out there on the web, talking to other people about the negative news and content, all the wars, all the misinformation, all the fake news, and picking sides and going to battle with other people. I could see it as stimulating. I could even see it in a way as being relaxing, but I can't see it as overall a net positive or constructive thing. I would see it as a form of pain avoidance. The problem with pain avoidance in both of these cases that I've mentioned is you're not learning how to properly process through pain and develop a mental toolkit which you can actually pass on to others and help them to get through their pain. That would make you a person who is valuable, a person who can truly be of service. So you are not mature yet. If that is you, you are not fully mature yet. You cannot truly lead and teach with full integrity, because that's what you do on Friday night or Saturday night or even a Wednesday night or Monday night. Any night of the week when you're trying to avoid pain, you do that. You can't truly lead. You can't truly teach. You can't truly help. I'm 36 and I know 15-year-olds and 25-year-olds and 20-year-olds who I truly would rather be like now at age 36, I'm 36, than 55-year-olds that I know and 65-year-olds that I know. I would choose to be like the 15-year-olds that I know and the 25-year-olds I know who are living their lives in a more mature way, not hooked on substances, don't even think about it, and they're leading purpose-driven lives, and they have visions, and they have dreams, and they're helping people. In some ways, I think better than I am. I take them as a model over The older guys, I have a problem in my life, which is, and partly because I think it's from my father and my uncles and my grandfathers who so often set a great example for me, is I too often give, I too often give older people, especially older men in my life, the benefit of the doubt just because of their age. And I don't carefully observe what they're truly like, but I'm learning to observe what they're truly like. And now I don't give older men my respect and my admiration, and I don't try to learn from them, and I don't follow them just because of their age. They have to be better than me in every area if I'm going to be really paying attention to them. I might try to learn from them in some little ways, but basically not. I'm going to be avoiding them. Well, I'm going to be trying to help them, not totally avoid them, but I'm going to see that I have the role as the teacher and the mentor in their life. Unfortunately, I wish it was the other way around. But sometimes younger people are capable of teaching and mentoring the older ones. And seriously, sometimes I look to younger people to guide and teach me. And I focus on what they're doing. So this is a key way to maturity that I want to spell out for you. It is learning how to process through negative emotions in constructive ways. Not just throwing in the towel and getting worse and worse as you age. Dependencies on external substances will make you worse and will make you weaker. Even if you only engage in them from time to time, you're opening the door to a much worse lifestyle overall. Okay, now let's talk about some positive examples. These are people that I know who do not deviate from their positive and purpose-driven lives. Okay, I know a guy who he doesn't take any substances, no drinking, no smoking, no drugs. He's older than me. He's probably like 45 or so. He does daily workouts. He follows a meticulously clean and healthy diet. He goes to bed at 9 p.m. every night. I don't think he even uses artificial lighting. He tries to sync himself with the rising sun and the setting sun. He is monk mode. That's a joke I have with him, that he is in monk mode. He is so disciplined, I never have to question what he's up to, where he is, what I'm doing. I just know he's such a solid individual. And another man the same. There's another man that I know, he's probably about 45, 47, somewhere in there. Again, no substances, a daily workout. He doesn't like to use the phone. He uses the phone as little as possible. He focuses on writing and reading and traveling and trying to help other people break their addictions to superficial entertainment on devices. I, in fact, know he spends a lot of time trying to break people out of the matrix and help them to realize that they only have one life to live. Another man who's about my age exercises daily, studies daily, takes care of his son in an amazing way. In fact, I've not seen a better father than perhaps my own. These two guys are the best dads that I've ever known. And he acts according to principle. He's a man of high principle, high integrity, and even though it's the harder path, he so often insists on sticking to it. So he's a guy that I truly admire and I look to as a role model. So now let's make some statements in conclusion. Let's talk about solutions. Well, I'm going to be speaking in general terms and broad strokes, but I want you to learn to see the whole of life. Learn to see the big picture. Don't over-focus on one area because you may miss a problem that's going to derail you. Your whole life has to be a seamless, well-oiled machine that is making constructive progress in every area. You have to live a bulletproof sort of life. And I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. Life has innumerable problems that are on the battlefield, and they're all kind of like charging at you. And the only thing I've found to work is to ride out onto the battlefield with an equal force or a greater force that's capable of pushing back upon all of these things. So you need to develop a plan that you will stick to on a daily basis that will be your governor and make you stronger. Realize that all of the feelings that you have in your daily life, whether they be positive or negative, You need to learn how to see them clearly for what they are. How did they arise? What purpose do they serve? Where are they going? And you need to learn how to handle those feelings. Notice I didn't just say the negative feelings. Positive and negative feelings, you need to learn how to see them clearly, what they mean, and how to deal with them. And you need to learn that you cannot experience your emotions and your feelings as the ultimate reality of your life and the ultimate fact of your life. You need to understand that you can always choose, and you should always choose, to learn, to process through emotions in the right way. And then instead of boulders blocking your path, or as a barrier that's reflecting you back into a negative life and circles, downward circles and spirals and eddies of just negativity. Those boulders, those obstacles, they instead become the stepping stones to a better life. They instead become the fuel of a better life. And in conclusion, I will say that please, maybe as a very basic sort of a rule of thumb guideline, let your age reflect your maturity accurately. If you are moving through young adulthood and you're becoming an adult, you can't give in to negative emotions anymore. You have to learn how to understand those. The problems that you face in your life, the regrets from the past, all of that is your greatest teacher if you will submit to it, if you're willing to learn from it. But if you just try to avoid it, bury it, suppress it, wish it away, give in to those dependencies, those external substances, then you're not just going to stay the same, you're actually on a path of degeneration, de-evolution. You're actually getting worse. And the sad thing is, a lot of guys don't realize how plain to see this is for other people, even people much younger than them. So I don't wish this fate upon anybody. I don't wish this fate upon my worst enemy. I want us all to come together and build more positive and constructive lives and extend that out like ripples in a pond through our families and through our communities. That's my wish and my solemn prayer for all of you. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to this channel, leave me a comment down below. Let's get the conversation started. I'll see you back here next time. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye for now.